My name is Ajay Brewer, this is NERDSoul, and you're on RockDASpot. My name is Ajay Brewer. I run Brewers Cafe, I run the Well Art Gallery. I'm opening Brewers Waffles, which is a waffle shop. I'm Parker Lee Brewer's daddy. And I'm a Richmond boy, born and raised. I grew up with a kid whose last name is Baker, and he called me one day when I was working a job. He was working a job and said, wouldn't it be awesome if we quit our jobs and opened up a coffee shop and called it the Bakers and the Brewers, or Bakers and Brewers. And I was like, well, that's so dope. That's so dope. So I planted a seed. And so working that job for another year, enough was enough. I quit, and then I started auditioning for movies. I started doing stand-up at the Funny Bone and DC Improv, Richmond Improv. I started looking for other jobs, and I circled back to my friends I got a whole bunch of time to plan something. What, you want to do that coffee shop thing? And the truth is, this is the one thing that worked. Before a job called me back, before any major movie deal came through, before I made a million people laugh at my corny jokes, I got an approval on a loan to open up this coffee shop. So that's it, short and sweet. Freedom, man. I don't really care to work for myself as much as I just care that I have my own time to do what I want to. So if I can do that working for somebody else, that's cool with me, But I would rather have all of my time. My son was 3 months old when I quit my job, and my grandmother kind of had questioned me about why I did it. Hey, he's 3 months old. And I'm thinking, I gotta quit. I have to. He's 3 months old. It's time. I'm not finna value a dollar bill over time with my son. So I've always wanted to sit on my porch, people watch, hang out with my son, eat some cereal, have some veggies and chill. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And it all just came together, through the coffee shop. I didn't drink coffee at all. Never had coffee before a day in my life, But I knew that it would be something easy to appreciate once I knew that it was paying my bills, and I knew how to drink it and what to drink and what not to drink, and what was or was not good coffee. The coffee was just like a tool, it was just a vehicle. I envisioned my entire life being this way, running a business, living on the block, showing my son the way to do it, and it's just all coincidental that it came through with coffee, true story. I was all right working as a stockbroker. I was okay doing that. I just had a boss that I didn't like. So had I gotten another job, with a different firm, I wouldn't be here right now. It was just real luck and chance, that it happened this way, to be honest with you, man. Oh, man. I am authentically me, I don't encourage people to pick up and leave where they are and come back to these struggling neighborhoods. I don't want people to be real and street and, save the neighborhood or anything like that. I don't like when people do that. I don't want black people to do that, and I don't want white people to do that. I could care less about people's aspirations of thinking that they can make significant change for other people's lives. For me, it's just intrinsically who I am, and so I don't, working a job and working on Wall Street and working with rich people and being around people I didn't relate to was not me, and I think that's what messes up the world. Everybody trying to pursue fame, riches, opulence. People care more about the letters behind their name than their own street. That just doesn't make any sense to me. Without all of the industrial complex that we've created, if that didn't exist, and we was hoarding and bartering and farming, this is what we would be doing. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary. People look at me and oh man, look at A, he's so great. I'm just bruh, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to chase these people. I don't want to get money from these rich people. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So if I was from a rich neighborhood in Henrico County, I'd be doing the same thing. If I was from New York City, I'd be doing the same thing. It's not really about coming back here and doing something for people. This is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And for me, you know, I can see the beauty and how I could see how people can appreciate that, you know, because for me, like, ain't nothing you can give me. You can't buy me, you know what I'm saying? You can't get my support through money. I don't care what you can offer me. I'm not going back to anybody's school for any degree. I'm not going back to any job for any money. Ain't nothing anybody can give me or offer me to get me out of what I want to do in life. And what I want to do is be with this little boy right there, hanging out, chilling, for the rest of my life. You know, now that's going to entail a lot of hard work on my part because, you know, it takes a lot to be able to do this. But to me, like, ain't nothing better, bro. Ain't nothing better. I wake up, I'm not motivated by anything but just the inner clock inside of me, you know? I just really wake up and do what I want. You know, I don't look for ways to motivate people. I don't look for ways to change the outlook on anything. I know that I have a lot of value in the way that I speak, the way that I run my life, and I can understand what that looks like from the outside perspective. So if it means anything, just some motivation. Like, I want people to do what they want to do. You know, I want people to stop assuming that they need degrees, a specific neighborhood, a specific place to go to work. I don't care what's on your back. I don't need Gucci to make blackface to stop wearing Gucci. Why would I wear Gucci? Like, to me, I'd be so shocked that people be doing stuff like that. You buying floor seats at the Knicks game, and it's just like, what's up, man? Come on, you want to come on here? I don't. You good? I don't know. I don't need those things to motivate me, you know. And my hope is that everybody starts living like this, and that's on purpose, you know. I'm not looking for the finish line. You gotta sit up a little bit, buddy. Just sit up. Don't sit on my shirt. I'm not living for anybody else but myself and my family, right? My community. Brewers Cafe, like, you know, it represents what I want to see in the world. You know, I want to see people raising their kids and stop putting them in daycares. I want to see white people and black people living together. I don't want to pay white people back for what they did to my ancestors. I don't want white people to, you know, to not be around me, Asians to not be around me, black people, rich black people to not be around me. You know, I sat down with a dude the other day that had the nerve to tell me that he left PG County because the school systems were bad. This is a rich black man in a predominantly wealthy black neighborhood. What a coward move. What a coward move. That's bullshit to me. Excuse my language, can I say that? That's nonsense, man. So, you know, but I can't, you know, I ain't gonna be able to make people do anything. You know, I just wanna live my life on purpose, and I hope other people start living their life on purpose. So Brewers Cafe is just one of those things, you know, but it's don't stop and start there. Like, for real, I want people to walk past my house and see me chilling with my son. Highly educated person, could be doing anything I want to. I don't really care to support this system that everybody props up. You know, some people have this notion that they got to infiltrate to change it. You know, Kamala Harris is gonna have to tell me something for real to vote for her. She's gonna have to tell me some real shit, bro. Because the truth is, ain't no infiltration. Yo, you're not infiltrating prosecutorial and black men are getting over prosecuted, so I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna make sure that, hell no. Because here's the thing. Yeah, you bring it over here. Here's the thing. I do way more for my people being right here, talking to you, being in this community, than I ever could being a prosecutor, ever. The kids that we mentor, the kids that we talk to, the schools that we're in, man, you think they would respect me if I was some sort of dude that was locking their dad up, that was not giving them 10 years, but giving them 5 years? No, ain't no infiltration over here. Like, we create our own, we do what we want to, when we want to do it. It's not anti anybody, it's just like the system. Like, forget the system. We don't need to change the system. I'm like watching the Oscars 50 years ago, right, on this little they had like a little thing that was on NBC today. It was like 50 or 60 years ago. It was all white. And people were complaining it was all white. So they're like, oh, we need more black people there. And I'm just like, well, why? Why do we want to infiltrate all these systems that don't care anything about us, you know? And so for me, I bring them here, like, you know, you white, you black, you rich, you poor, come here, man, let's hang out, man. Let's chill. You inside of here, you can be a Confederate flag waving person, but you still gonna rock with Ajay Brewer. You still going to. when we step outside here, you start to see how the world works, you know, and everybody's all, you know, everybody's all different, and you know, I got to be over here because I'm a Trump supporter and you're this supporter. No. I want the world to look like Brewers Cafe, you know, diverse, accepting, chill, you know, non-stressful. Wins, control of my life. There is no better value than my time. You can't pay me enough money. My time is like invaluable. Wins. I opened a business. I'm a college dropout. I'm a 1.5 GPA high school student. My father was on crack cocaine for 25 years. I'm the living example of what my ancestors could have ever hoped for. I get to spend my days with my son. I don't have to put him in a daycare while he's with me. Those are huge wins. These are things that I value so much more than you know, the monetary gains. The access that I've had to influence change as a private citizen, and I mean, you know, relationships with politicians that affect change. I have the ear of the administration of Richmond Public Schools. I'm inside of most every school in the city of Richmond. I get a chance to give back through my time and my money to Richmond Public Schools. I've had rich, wealthy people tell me that they've been living the wrong way and that they're gonna stop judging people because of what I be saying. Like that's the biggest reward really, is watching people live wrong. Chase opulence, chase access, chase the private yachts, and then go, wow, this young black dude just told me about myself. I ain't never really want that. That wasn't my dream as a 12-year-old kid. That ain't nobody's dream as a 12-year-old kid. This Parker don't want to do that. He ain't trying to ride on yachts and live in private, you know, neighborhoods. I had a lady who's an executive of a major Fortune 500 company here tell me that she was going to send her kid to private school, but because of what I said to her, she decided not to. I see her like every other month, and she always give me a little report because her daughter was smarter and brilliant, and you know, the kids that went to that school were, you know, poor, so it's tough. But people like her and my doctor, his kids, like these people, they send their kids to public schools in their neighborhood. Maybe not primarily because of what I said, but I know that I have a huge impact on how people live their lives in a positive nature. Like, you know, those are big wins to me. Losses, like, I'm broke. I don't have money. Like, people, you know, they love you when you're on the way up, but when they assume that you're up there, you're no longer relatable. So AJ with the cracked out dad for 20 years that was active as hell. My dad was super active, but you know, just going off statistics, my grandma raised me. I dropped out of college. I shouldn't be here, right? Now, you know, now people assume because they think I'm successful, I can't relate to people. But the truth is, bro, that girl on Section 8 with food stamps and 4 kids got way more in common with me than the average person walking around in the city of Richmond making 30 or 40 grand. I'm broke. My credit score is 474. I make less money than I've ever made in my entire life. I've been through 3 ridiculous custody court hearings. Ridiculous, stressful, crying, tears, you know, close the shop because I can't deal with it right now type of stuff. Those are huge losses. Friends, like, people turn their back on me, you know, like, I've been in predicaments where I don't think that I should be in them, you know, just because of who I am. But, you know, I learned very quickly that life hands you a lot of lemons, you know what I'm saying? I could have cancer right now. My leg could be gone right now. My mom could get in a car accident right now. Somebody come in here and do something crazy to everybody in here right now, but that ain't happened, so I just feel like I gotta keep making lemonade, you know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted, it's not easy. Like, I went from making 10 grand in revenue my first month, second and third and fourth month, to last month, and let's just say next month we'll probably do 3 times that amount. Not enough. Nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. Like, and that's the truth. Like, you know, people, you know, you open a business and it's like, oh, like, you know, I can open this business. I'm gonna start making some money. I'm gonna take a step back. No. You're not just gonna take no step back, bro. It's gonna be a hell of a step, bro. You remember? Did you go to college? Going to college, trying to graduate, trying to pay for that stuff, bruh. The people who graduate college deserve an honorable medal from the president because it's hard work. It's not just the academic part. It's the socio-economic impact. It's the mental impact. It's the people who go to medical school and their marriage is disrupted. You know, the family. I lost my whole family, bruh. That's the saddest thing I can ever think could happen to me. You know, I had to watch the business owner of this particular shop travel the world while she owns this shop and not helping out at all. That's tough, you know. So, now I can keep going on that, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of wins and losses. But every day I wake up and this thing is still here, I owe it to myself to keep going. So I'm gonna keep it going, right, Pete? Wins, my man got his own business, man. Because of your daddy, boy.
How?
You know how many daddies not around? That's a lot of them, bro. Yeah, 5, exactly. There's 5 daddies not around, and I'm around.
But I think you're gonna find the daddies and take them back to the.
You know why he think like that? Because of his daddy. I'm gonna find the daddies and take them back to their children. That's a win right there, man. He don't even know how it is. He don't even know. He's built for success and not monetary success. Fuck all of that. I don't care about no college degree and how much money you make. I know people that put bullets in their heads making $10 million a year. Look at Robin Williams. I don't care I don't care how more advanced your child is than my child because he goes to the best school. I know when your child graduates, he ain't gonna care nothing about that. Nothing about that. They ain't gonna care nothing about that. People are so interested in getting their kids so advanced, and it's just like we're racing to the same, stop son, we're racing to the same finish line. And by the time you get there, look, I got a unique opportunity. I went to Benedictine High School. I went to Franklin High School, Franklin Military High School when it was inside of Armstrong. I've been to several private and public and county schools. And I'm 34 years old. And every single one of those schools, we're all doing the same thing. All of us. Some of us are more financially successful than others. But everybody's just trying to feed themselves, clothe themselves, and live. That's it. You ain't putting your child in a better position because they go to a better school than mine. You're not. You put that book in front of his, you talk like I talk. You have your 4-year-old saying that it's your job to bring the other kids to the dad, or the daddies to the other kids, whatever you just said. That's impactful. That's just, you know, that's me. Like, it's a lot of wins, you know what I'm saying? This might be the biggest win ever, you know, because now I get to pass it on to somebody who can directly accept it. Like, it ain't your job to go get a job and work for 40 years for somebody else. It's not your job to put your child in a gifted program. That's not your job. It's poor people out there with single moms. You want the gifted programs to go to them. Why you make $100,000 a year and you got your child in a gifted program? You know how selfish that is? Parker reads every day. He goes to several businesses every day. Why would I take up a program built for people who need it and give it to my son? You know how selfish that is? People don't even think like that though. They think they're doing the right thing. I couldn't believe that dude told me he left PG County because of the school system. Have you lost your mind, black man? But, you know, whatever. It's crazy, bro. I'm telling you. People don't think like that. They just think that that kid that went to those kids, that kid, perfect example. His daughter's 33 now. She ain't doing nothing. Got a nice job. She's probably making 60, 70 grand a year. She ain't doing nothing. She's not an astronaut, bro. She hasn't cured cancer. You know what I'm saying? But, I got to take her out of PG because she might talk black. She might walk black. You know Hampton, I hope somebody hear this. You know I heard Hampton University told their business students to cut their dreads? A black school? You know when I was growing up that we couldn't have cornrows in black schools because they told us that white people wouldn't accept it? I've lost all respect for some people, bro. First off, it's kind of toxic. It's unreal. But realizing that there's a time limit on everything. You know, I didn't quit my job so that I can work 40 years like this. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, in order to get somewhere, I gotta work a little harder. I gotta work harder than you, bro. You know, you gotta, you know, hey, look, you already know. So my hope is that I work harder now for a longer, that's the lesson in it all. It's like, don't be lazy and push yourself. If you're trying to run a 4-minute mile, you gotta run your ass off for a few years before you get that 4-minute mile. And in order to see, in order to see what's necessary in my life come to fruition, meaning financial freedom, wealth, complete autonomy, because right now I have it, but no, I really don't. If I don't show up today and they busy and people leave, I lose money. You know, I don't have the autonomy that people think I have. I'm penalized if I'm not here. But I have to work really hard now so that I can get the reward later. I want to say this and say this on camera because I think the issue with the world today is the independent culture. Women and men. So for a long time, men thought that they should do it by themselves. And we've created a culture where now our women feel the same way. And now you got competing interests where both the man and the woman feel like hey, I don't need you. You do need them. You know, like you do. I want somebody. I want P. I want a wife. I don't want to do this by myself. I never wanted to do this by myself. I don't have the desire to work really hard for myself by myself all the time. Dame Dan said, you get yourself some money, you invest your money, you get yourself a woman or a man if you're a woman or gay or whatever you get, you know, get yourself a partner and you guys tackle the world together. Stop trying to be so independent, you know. Oh, I don't need a man for this. I don't need no woman. I got plenty of women. I don't need no man. My daddy can help me. Like, squash that. Tell me a 70-year-old single lady that's happy. Show me one. Show me one. You know, and it doesn't mean, stop sign, and it doesn't mean that, you know, you should settle, but when I think about what I want in life, I want a family first. I don't want to be a business owner first. I don't want to be an independent boss. I want to be a family man. That's what I want in life. So that's what the type of energy I hope to put out. And, you know, I'm talking to myself right now, you know what I'm saying? Because clearly I failed at that too, you know. But I don't mind working hard, going to sleep, waking up, no sleep, no days off, with me and my family working together. When I become independent and try to do it myself, that's when I think it's toxic, because I wholeheartedly believe that we are to be cohabitating with other people, right? Whether it's a partner, business partner, romantic partner. Like, I don't want to do this stuff by myself. I can tell you hands down, I got one business open, 2 businesses open right now. I'm opening 2 right now. I will soon have 4 businesses open. My son is a brand ambassador for a bike company. He gets free bikes, he goes on trips. He has his own business. He has candy stands across the city, different coffee shops. Shout out to Pop's Market. But I don't want to show him that you get it and you get it on your own. You do it with your family. You do it with your people. Some people call that community. Some people call that your wife or your husband. Some people call that your son or your daughter. But don't have this desire to just put the blinders on, cancel everybody out, and just focus on the goal. That ain't realistic. For what? You get one life, bro. I'm not trying to get to this finish line by myself. So, but you know, it's too. You have to do that. So without this aspect that I think is important of like partnership with people, you got to do it. You have to. What I said to myself is I don't want to do this for 40 years. So I quit. And when I quit, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And damn sure I ain't gonna do this for 40 years. So I'm gonna work my tail off. And the hope is that I create enough revenue so that I can truly have autonomy and truly do what I want. If I sleep in today, wake up, eat some cereal with my son and chill, I lose out on here. I want one day to wake up, watch the line form outside as I'm sitting across the street chilling. You know, I want my work to speak for itself, you know. And for me, I want the time to stay in the school system. Like, I feel like LeBron James is LeBron James, not because he's naturally talented. He had people around him. You know, I had somebody tell me that they want for their kid a structured school environment. Verbatim, that was their exact words. I want a structured school environment for my kid. I thought that was so sad that that was what they wanted for their own child. Like, some of the aspirations that we have are just to fit in. I just want to fit in, man. I want to fit in. I ain't gonna be Rosa Parks sitting at the front of the bus. You can do that. You can be the savior. I'm gonna fit in, man. And that ain't the life that I want for me or my son. We're not fitting into nothing. We're breaking all the rules. I'm Donald Trump, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, you know, that's a sound clip that we need not repeat. But when I say that, I say I do what I want when I want to care what people think about me. I wish that Trump actually was a little more positive in his direction. But when I think about Trump and I think about Kanye and I think about Cardi B, I think about people that just do what they want to. I don't care what you think. I'm not trying to infiltrate your system. If there's any redeemable quality about Mr. Trump is that he does not care about this system. He wants to break it. Kanye does not care. Cardi B could care less. That is a stripper turned Pepsi. She is sponsored by Pepsi. Because she don't care. I don't need to conform to you. I don't need to put my suit on and talk a certain way. I can be right here and the governor himself can come in here and tell me stories that he knows about me that are just authentically me. So, that's the world that I want to live in. And yeah, you gotta work hard for that shit. A couple years back and a couple days ago, Facebook hit me with the memory. The memory reminded me of something that me and my friends say. And that is, it's kind of a joke, but it's true. It's along the lines of what you're asking. I want there to be a whole bunch of people at my funeral. What's that mean? I don't care about monuments. I don't care about statues. I can care less that a black statue gets erected. I can care less that they tear down a white statue. I don't care anything about that. I don't care about businesses that I created. That shit will go to hell in the handbasket. I want people to look at me like they looked at King. Like, I gotta show up. Yo, when AJ died, I want there to be a parade outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, the impact that this dude had on my life was so much that I cannot, it's a club. We gotta bring 10 people to this man's funeral. I want that to be the case. I want people, I get to smile, I'll be honest with you. I get to smell a lot of roses right now. People always praising me and telling me I'm doing good and stuff. And I want that shit to be forever. I want to live forever. I want this mentality to live forever. I don't care too much about Brewers Cafe and the Well Art Gallery, Brewers Waffles, or the brand ambassador deals and the money that we make or don't make right now. It's more about the impact that I have on people's lives. When we walk away and you get in your car, I want you to be like, God damn, he's right, bro. And I want that shit to ring forever. I actually have one kidney. I actually may die sooner than I should. I actually may be on dialysis sooner than I should. I'm stressed out of my mind. I have headaches crazy. I could die tomorrow. I could die in 50 years too. But whenever that day comes, I want people to look like, yo, man, you know what? That's exactly how we should live. Like, that's exactly what we should be doing. We don't need to care about whether or not somebody wore blackface. We don't need to care whether or not there's a statue up there. We don't need a degree. I don't need a job. I don't need your approval. I don't need you to stamp anything I do. I wake up and I'm authentically me. I don't have any agendas. I'm free, bruh. I'm free from your corporate agenda. I'm free from your activist agenda. I'm free from the political agenda. We wake up and we do what we want to. And more of us do that, school systems be 10 times better. Because people wouldn't care about, oh, my kid can't hang around the black kids because this and that. Or my kids can't be around the poor kids because this and that. We'd have more impactful people in the private sector than in the public sector. I'm tired of all of these talented people going to be politicians. You know why they shout out to my man Barack. Barack was a power-hungry person. All of these politicians are. They ain't making no change, bruh. Imagine Barack Obama in the 80s or 90s or wherever he graduated law back in South Side of Chicago. You know how many lives that man changed? He ain't changed a single life as president. Ain't nobody, you're a figurehead. You're a figurehead. Your corporate title, you're the only black man in the office. Oh, you so proud of yourself? You ain't changing shit. I'll show you some black kids that need to see you every day. You change their lives. I don't care about how much money you're making. But Can't convince everybody of that. But that's it though, you know, that's what I want. When I die, I want people to show up like, yo, this man helped the world, he changed the world. And the world starts here. And I will say this, let me say this. Ain't no power in politics. They don't control anything. If you think they do, then you're misguided. They don't control a damn thing. This block right here, Bainbridge, and the people who live and work on it control everything around them. They do. This is where the life happens. This is where change happens. Went to school with this girl. She graduated second in her class. This is my homie. Why you didn't stay here? Why you didn't stay in Richmond? Why you go to DC? Oh, I'm in public health. I got to make a bigger impact. I got to change the world. And da-da-da. And I was like, that's probably not the right thing, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. A couple years later, she quit the job. She moved to Nashville, opened up a public health thing down in Nashville. I'm like, yo, what? You know why? And why you do that? Then we talking about how much she can't make change from the top. Me and you, we don't have so much dialogue, nonverbal and verbal communication right here that impact us way more than anything at the top. Our day, we control our day. These people in here, we control our own days. Like, this man got the power to do what I want to. You know what I'm saying? And it all starts here, like it starts locally. You're the biggest change activist on the street that you live. It is not this grand scheme. King wasn't even a big, you know what I'm finding out? They didn't even like my man King. Did you know that? I didn't even know that. They didn't even like him. I'm talking about black people. They didn't even like my man. That man won't no big change. People didn't even like him. And then he died and then he became the world. But when he in Alabama, boycotting, picketing, that's where the change happened. It wasn't the marches in DC. It were the local boycotts and activists, missions that then got national news that made him who he was. That's just the entrepreneurs. Keep going, bro. Keep going. Let me try to keep this 60 seconds and under. I'm super broke. Super broke. I have less money than the average person on welfare. I run several businesses. I'm gonna keep going. I had to deal with someone trying to take my offspring from me. I had to leave those proceedings, cry my way to my shop. What's up, boy? Cry my way to my shop. Open my shop up and keep it going. I ran out of money several times. And to watch my business owner give up on me in the middle of the storm. You know, I live at home with my mom. My car broke down a year and a half ago. I haven't had a car in a year and a half. I'm gonna keep going. Keep going. That's it, man.